This is Aerosag Winterthorn, a very, very, very excited Aerosag Winterthorn. Today, and we're just going to come right to the point because I've been waiting all day for this, I am doing an unboxing. I've been waiting ages for this box. We're very, very excited about this. So let's just open it because I don't want to like hype this thing up too much and then find out, oh no, it's garbage. It's not going to be. This is from Corvus Saber Foundry, which is owned by Timothy Strock, which most people will know in the lightsaber community. He does custom work for his sabers. But he reached out to me and said, hey, I want to make a custom lightsaber for you. So he did. So first we have the blade. So this is a NeoPixel Profi setup. So another NeoPixel blade, fantastic. But the real goodies are a little bit further down. What do I have here? The Fire Saber stuff, charger. Just because the base components were from Fire, so that's, oh boy, hello baby. Okay. Not forgetting anything else down there. Okay. You don't realize how long I've been waiting for this. Okay. This thing started construction August, like early August. And then it was supposedly delivered yesterday. And my coworkers, having recognized the name on it, said, oh, it's very important for Ari. Better put it in a safe place. And then I couldn't find it till today. You can see the length of it. Okay. For reference, this is a standard length lightsaber hilt. This is my one. It's in my hands. Hello, baby. Okay, let's get you on wraps. So, we got the sticker for Corvus Saber Foundries. Look them up on Facebook. I should have links down below on YouTube, links up above on Facebook, links down below on Reddit. Look it up. Another Corvus Saber Foundry. I don't know if that's going to be backwards on video. Probably. Oh, baby. Oh, Tim, you did something beautiful here. He supplied a saber bag. Oh, that's a touch. That's how you know quality. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. You ready, guys? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. And it's my sound font. It's the Supreme Leader by K-Sith. K-Sith, definitely. See, that hum has been my meditation track for years, and he just uses it as a background hum. So the battery's probably a little bit low because it's been in transit for so long, but we're going to get some close-ups, getting on my knees, because look at this. So, custom Shroud, okay, with a beautiful, can you focus on this, please? See the beautiful saber right in front of you, camera? Can you focus on that? Yeah, it's literally right there. Okay, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get. So it has a hammered finish copper look, and then the base is a black, but also the hammered finish. But it's so subtle. It's so beautiful. He included a blade plug for me, which is very much appreciated. Got a full leather wrap from emitter to Pommel, where he has the buttons coming through the charge port and this lovely shroud for the buttons. So there's no accident on the button. That's not going to happen. And then a custom machined pommel, which is to look sort of like a a claw, and then the defining feature, which I think some people have picked up, machined to be slightly flat. You have the button in the back, of course, because the core, you need that in place. Oh my. Oh, that feels nice. Just those the edges for these. Oh, I need to feel this with a blade in it, but I do need to charge it up a bit more. But... Okay. We need to get a blade in here ASAP. So, might as well use the blade it came with, right? That is what it is for. Just gotta get all this cling wrap stuff off of it. I'm sure there's a reason why they use cling film wrap, but I've never been able to guess that. That's not Corvus Saber Foundry's fault. Seems to just be an LGT products thing, which is not the end of the world. It's just, you know, a little bit extra cleanup. Okay, I need a Allen key. Hello there. Fire sabers, hello there. Love it. That's called details. I'm sorry if I'm feeling a little bit frantic. It is like 11:30 at night, and I've been working all day with this thing sitting in the back room of my job, taunting me every time I walk by, making me want to cry, knowing that my saber is like literally 2 inches from my freaking hand, and I can't open it because I agreed to open it on camera, which I am not regretting. Try to get this back in place. I don't imagine I'm going to be doing much removing of this blade with this process of taking off the shroud. Let's hope there's enough power. So there's not enough power right now. It's having a bit of a heart attack. Let's get to my color. You can hear it cutting out. That is not the fault of the vendor. I am making that perfectly clear right now. That is because this thing's been traveling for ages. Holy cow. Oh, this feels so good. Okay, I don't want to make the reviewers see, like the guy seem bad because it's cutting out. It's not his fault. It was as charged as he could get it. Baby! Fudgesicles, this is gorgeous. Okay, so this thing's going to be charging for a little bit. So, a couple things. So first, gorgeous length of hilt. Look at the length in that. That's what I need in my life. Okay, this is my old main. So it's basically the same length from emitter to pommel, which is exactly what I need. I want to move on from this just because it's just a stunt, right? It's just like boop, it's on. And this has served me well. But like when you compare it to the brightness of like this, it doesn't do a lot of difference in camera, which is weird. People have said that my stunt is extremely bright. But I did do a bit of rewiring on this myself. Maybe I just overclocked it. Don't know if that's a thing. Now between the two though, this one is noticeable, like it just feels slimmer. Now of course the sides are shaved off, which I can imagine helps. Oh, this is my custom hilt, guys. This is mine. Like the whole like Huang lightsaber architect thing is like what connects with your force. When he presented me the idea for this, it's not as it looks now, and I'll go into the right now. This is just the initial unboxing / initial reaction, because the initial reaction is a big part, and I am like a child on Christmas right now. But I'm going to be doing a couple more parts to this video. This could be a bit of a longer video because it's a bit of a review. I'm going to do some flow with it. I'm going to do a proper review. I'm going to go to bed and review the rest of this tomorrow. It feels so natural. So he has a bit of a deeper blade plug on this. So the blade is actually length exactly like I like it, like 32 inches right out from the emitter. It just feels really nice in the hand. And then that length. Oh, and this color. He pitched me the color. You initially wanted to do like whites and golds. But I'm like, because of the Winterthorn thing. But I'm hecka goth, like, look at me. So I wanted more darker colors. But of course I didn't want to just go straight black. Like this, you lose a lot of the details. So he pitched me this, like, so we did the brown wrap, but he pitched me this brass hammered look. I'm going to do a couple beauty shots. This is a new camera. So it actually does have a really high res back cam. Right now I'm using the front cam so I can make sure I have everything in frame. What an idea. Oh, together we will conquer the galaxy. I promise you that. And that sound, I swear. Like, I've been using this one in my most recent video, which is the Corvus Saber's Knight, and like using like a Empress, which I have on this one as well. But like, yeah, it's just the Corvus Saber's Knight. It's all tarnished. I got it and it just didn't work for what I needed. So now I have this beauty. And you know I'm going to be making a custom blade for this thing. I'm so thrilled. So yeah, this is just the initial reaction. And as you can see, there's a lot of reaction because, my God, I honestly don't know how he did half of this. But this is amazing. Like, thank you so much, Tim. I know this has been a journey and a half. I know you've really had to push yourself and tried out a couple new things. This shroud is a asymmetrical shroud. Baby. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I am 100% thrilled. So I'm going to leave this section here, and then we're going to be filming some more sections in the next little bit. Unfortunately, I'm working the next 7 days straight, so I'm going to piece this around when I can. It just happened to arrive right at the beginning of crazy shift schedule. So, not anyone's fault. I am... It's going to be hard to put decide thing to the side just to plug it in so it can charge. Just because I want to hold it. I'm going to want to sleep with it and be like, no, I must protect it. Because I've been waiting so long for this thing. And it is, right now, like just this initial reaction, worth every single penny. So, one more time, guys, one more time. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to play with the blade color. It's coming off as a bit blue when it should be indigo. But I just sort of eyeballed that from the color changing menu. So, I'm not going to say thank you for watching because we're not quite there yet. Stay tuned for the more important stuff for you now. Excellent. Hello, everybody. So it's been a whole 2 seconds for you. It's been a week and a half-ish for me. So I've officially had this hilt for a bit now. It's time for the proper review. So what we saw before was just the unboxing, the initial reaction, and now it's time for that, like the actual review of it. So, still love this hilt. I sometimes look at it and be like, holy crud, I can't believe this is actually mine. It's now, of course, fully charged. Looks very blue on camera, but it is a purplish, it's like I guess it's a royal blue. C'est la vie, but it's not like it's super hard to change it. Let's get down to a purple. There we are. Yeah, it really wants to go, like, it looks like hot pink in person, but we're going to do this review, we're going to do it properly. So, let's do this. First, let's change over to, there we go. So this is the proper review. So, The idea for this hilt, from the person who created it, at Corvus Saber Foundry, was to create it like this slim hilt that's perfect for doing forms, doing spinning, but also has this ancient and weathered look. So with this choke point and this slim section, this shaved section on each side, this is an incredibly comfortable hilt. It feels amazing. I've had to affix the leather again myself. He made sure that I, if I wanted to, I could change the leather grip myself. He did put a lot of glue on there. And me being as rough as I am with hilts, it came off, it sort of unraveled. I'm like, okay, you know what? I've done leather reps myself with my main. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do it myself again. So it's properly affixed. Like it's going nowhere. Not for a long time. As for the whole ancient thing, because in the Jedi community, I ascribed to myself the title of Jedi Battle Master, which is a title for somebody who's studied and learned the forms and then also learned one of the exotic variants. My exotic variant being the Saber Pike. I do saber staff, but I just can't get into it. So Saber Pike's my exotic, and therefore you get the Battle Master status. So, anyways, so I really wanted one that would represent my my path into a Battle Master. So this thing is really pretty. I've also had to fix something up here, the Shroud. So the Shroud, so the way you put the blade in, you have to unscrew this screw, slide the Shroud up, and then there's a screw here and a screw underneath this screw, and then you can remove the blade. So it's 2 retention screws. However, there's no hole for this screw to actually go into. And what I was finding was this would slide, and then all of a sudden it would just sort of go amok. So I've instead taken out the retention screw that was underneath this one, and taken the screw and screwed it through the Shroud and into the hilt. I think that fixes it much better, and I only do need the 1 retention screw here. It's something to look into, like in future, or like for future hilts. It's not like it was the end of the world. Just take 1 screw out and then just screw this screw further down. So now it's like properly fixed. It has a bit of like a wiggle to it. I might, and I didn't want to rush in and do this. I might put an epoxy resin inside, like pull this up. There's a bunch of like grooves. Put a little bit of epoxy resin in there, and then slide it on and let it dry overnight, and that should affix it basically permanently. I like the idea of having one of the retention screws hidden, because then nobody would know how to remove the blade except for the people that know how to do it. However, without any place for this screw to go into, it was only a matter of time before it slid. So I think I was doing some spinning, and then I switched over to a reverse grip, and I ended up holding it slightly like this. And then I did something, and it twisted, and it went, and my whole hand went like that, and the hilt went like that. And I'm like, whoa. Very strange. Not the end of the world. Nothing that damaged. I caught it all on, but I was like, okay, I had to figure out how to fix that. So other than that, this hilt is amazing. Like I could review the font, which is, this would be the Supreme Leader by Kasith. I could review that, but that's not really what the review is about. The review is about this, and honestly, I cannot get enough of this. Sometimes I look down, like so when I'm going to walk, I'll hold it in reverse, just so it's sort of hidden, like and I look down and you see this gorgeous leather wrap, the shaved sides, the shroud around the buttons, which is amazing. It feels really nice, has really lovely texture to it, because it's like the hammered effect. Has a lovely texture to it, and really does like help me figure out where the buttons are just from feel, because like, okay, leather, smooth, groove, and then there's like right before the button, after the button there's the screw. So if I feel a screw, I know where the button is. Very, very nice. So I don't actually have to really look at my hilt to be able to do things with it. The clawed pommel, which is it's very lovely. Again, it has the hammered finish, and then custom machined to leave just this claw. I like it. Like if for some reason I was to slide all the way, like when I'm sliding down there, it helps me feel exactly where the pommel is, so I don't end up going like this. I do a lot of like this stuff, but now that I have sound doing this, like you do that and now you can't hear anything. And then, so try to go there. It just works a little bit better. And the whole NeoPixel stuff, I was very apprehensive about it for so long. I like all my hilts are stunt. If they're not stunt, I mute them anyways. I've like this blade profile was made for me by Vire, and it's just a stable blade. There's no flickering to it. There's nothing to it, which is exactly what I asked for. Just because I'm like I don't know what I want to go into, but there is a couple blade profiles on here that do some really fancy things. There's like the Spectrum one, which does like a rainbow. You got a flame blade. You got like I have like the Empress font. 1 second. I have the Empress font on here, but then again, elsewhere there is also the Empress font, and it does this really lovely.
The Dark Saber. Battery level indicator.
1 second, I gotta go the other way.
The Dark Saber.
So,
it belongs to.
very, very beautiful hilt. I wanted to do a lot of things with it.
It belongs to you.
Never mind. It doesn't want to go that direction right now. I'm trying to focus on speaking, so that's not going to happen. So the process of getting this hilt. I wanted to go into that just because I think some people might find it interesting. It might help people who are going to Corvus Saber Foundry to figure out if they want to do something custom, which I would recommend. So Timothy hit me up, and because he had saw that I had messaged on one of the Vire Saber community Facebook group that I was interested in going for a Vire hilt, and I wanted to go Profi NeoPixel because I had a bit of a falling out with the guy from Saber Forge, whatever, and my main hilt is Saber Forge. I'll still use it because I paid money for it and it's my favorite hilt and all that, but I'm like, I don't like because when people keep asking me, it's like, oh, what hilt do you use? It's very, very bright. I don't want to keep repping them. I want to be able to rep someone that's a little bit more reputable. And so he hit me up and said, hey, I would like to do this for you. I just had to buy the raw parts, help cover shipping. And then, of course, I spent a little bit more money just to get a couple sound fonts of my own on there. And then he wanted to do customizations himself. So he threw a design together for me. And I'm going to try to put it here. So this was the original design that he had pitched me. Now there was a bit of miscommunications. So as you can see, the design that we see is not the design that we have here now. So the original idea is he wanted to put this button shroud way down here, which would have been really cool because then I could do my dual hand. My hand could go all here without any buttons in the way, and then this backhand could control the buttons. However, because this is using the LGT, like the VHC core, the entire core would have shifted down, leaving a 9-inch blade socket depth, which sounds awesome. However, and that means half the hilt would just be empty tube, and with a 36-inch NeoPixel blade, it would have left only 27 inches of exposed blade. Now, I'm a little bit of a snob on this, but I think anything underneath 30 inches counts as a shoto. Like if it only has 30 inches of exposed blade, it just counts as a hilt. 29, bam, it's a shoto. So this, and so he said he moved it up, and he managed to make this work, which is amazing. Because the other one, as you can see, it sort of like wraps around it. This one, it just sits on top of it, and I was wondering how is he going to do that with the leather and then the buttons. It's very, very cool how he did that. I'll go, like, what you see is he did the leather on top of it, and then he just cut around and got the buttons through. And I know that sounds like it'd be rough, and the camera's not doing it justice, but it actually looks really nice. Of course, you have, like, the screws, and all. I'm very impressed with how he managed to pull that off. After a bit of talking back and forth, he shifted everything up, and then that leaves the 36-inch blade. It's now a 4-inch blade socket, which means it's 32 inches of exposed blade, which is, that's my ideal. I actually have a 34-inch blade for my in-hilt, so which has a 2-inch blade socket. So this works out perfectly for me. The overall length, this is very lengthy for a hilt, just because I like longer hilts. Like I got this extra part with this because he didn't end up using this one, so he sent me it as well. I didn't find it in the initial unboxing. I just found it afterwards. And this one actually extends my knight to be just about the same length. And now it feels a lot better. The only issue is it's a red blade. It's Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. Is because now the speaker's here, so this is all empty tube, so it feels a little tinny. Not the end of the world. Boom, boom. Love this. I'm going on a saber walk afterwards because it's Halloween. Shh. What are you doing? Sorry. It's doing that when you double tap it and it plays music. So I do like that. I didn't know about that until I accidentally did it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So overall, I'm extremely happy with this hilt. The process going back and forth was like, I will admit, at the very beginning I was a little bit worried, but it was mostly because there's a lot going on that day, and then to find out that I only have 27 inches of exposed blade, I'm like, oh, I won't even use it at that point. Like I legitimately wouldn't. I just don't have any use for a blade that short. When I do Jarkai, both my blades are at least 30 inches out of the hilt. 27 just feels like a butter knife. As I said, I'm a bit of a snob about this. So he got this nice long hilt for me, like made it up. The shave profile, just I wasn't quite sure. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. I've seen like Darth Alice do that. I've seen a couple people do it for like the Ahsoka Tano hilts, and I'm like, okay, well, like how much of a difference does that actually make in the hand? It makes a difference. It actually, like, I feel it, and it's like it really helps me find where the buttons are. The only thing that I would, if I could go back and redo this, and I could probably do it after the fact anyways, I don't know why I didn't think about asking about this. There's no hilt mounting, belt mounting option. So I can't put this on my belt, and I do like having a bit of a carry once in a while, like just throw it on my belt. Not the end of the world. As I said, maybe one day if I decide to replace the leather, I can get a couple holes popped in, and I don't know. I'm thinking a D-ring, make it a little more simplistic and a little longer lasting than a cover tech. I wear through cover techs. Like, I've actually had one crumble on me from like months and months of use. So I think I'm switching over to D-rings. That's because it sounds a little easier. This thing has held up very very beautifully. Is like, honestly, it's hard to find things that are bad about it. The process for the hilt started on August 1st. It took him a couple months, but that's because he had sent it to the powder coater. And there's the issues. There's like literal geopolitical issues getting in the way, where things had to go on hold. I think one was like a forest fire, and the other one was the war in Afghanistan being lost. So the whole troops issue. So it was so literal geopolitical issues slowed down the process a little bit. But considering I got a one-of-a-kind piece in like 2 months, that's actually not that bad. I'm not going to complain about that. I found it funny that I'm like, wow, the actual universe is conspiring to slow this down. But I got it, and I got it in time for Halloween. I cannot complain about that. The initial, and from the original design, I'm sorry to pop it up again here. He wanted to do a different shroud, but then I saw this one on Blue Bowl where he had this one where it was like this, but all angled in one. And Tim actually knew how to do that, actually cheaper long run, which works out better. But he also was able to do it custom, so now it's doing this like asymmetric look, and I love it because of how it holds the blade, like where there's a gap. It makes the blade look very, very thin, even in person, and it just highlights. I don't know. It just feels right. The balance point I've found is literally, it's literally so hard to do it because it's right outside the emitter, like so close. Like, yeah, now it's gonna go this way. I've not been able to ever balance it properly because it's right outside the emitter, and that is exactly where I need it, just slightly in front of where my hand is. Because let's grab my main so I can compare that. So basically the same length, a little bit of the emitter gap between where the hand is and where the emitter starts. Exactly the same, actually. It's actually spooky. But yeah, the balance was about there as well. So this one's actually a little bit better balance. I find, even with the heavier blade. Actually, I've been enjoying the heavier blade. It helps with the momentum. It helps me like remind myself, okay, you actually do different things with the blade, like maybe do some strikes, change the spins, go into a reverse grip and do something different with that. I actually do adore this thing. The only thing that I've had to get used to from switching over from stunts to a NeoPixel is the battery life. There's nothing with Corvus Saber Foundry. I didn't know how quickly these NeoPixels drain, because right now it should be at full, I think. Let me.
Battery level indicator.
Yeah, it's basically full at this point. I charged it overnight because it's Halloween, and I am going to be going out.
The dark saber.
So
It belongs to you, Supreme Leader.
I went out and I practiced with it, and I realized, okay, so it's about here now. It still says like blue, whatever, but when it gets around the halfway point, the battery begins to start kicking. Like the speaker begins to start kicking. Sometimes I was on a walk, and I basically said I don't want to charge it until I figure out what happens as it goes down. And I was out on a walk, and I did a swing, and all of a sudden, all the sound cut except like the hum kicked out. It wouldn't do any blaster deflections or anything. It just had the swing sounds. So it was completely silent until you swung it, which was weird. And then if you swung it too quickly, it would cut that out as well. So it seems, I think that's interesting, that it could get to the halfway point, and that's when it starts causing issues, which makes sense. I guess I'm just not used to that because stunts, as long as the battery is connected to the buttons and the buttons are connected to the LED, you're going to get light, but you don't have to worry about sound. So overall, extremely impressed with this hilt. I'm going to try to impose some beauty shots over some of the more mumbly periods of this video. I put some photos on my Facebook page, which I would recommend checking out. They're very, very beautiful. I put up a lot of other things that I've gotten over the years, and it just looks really, really pretty. Yeah, I might go again to get another one. I would love to try to get another one to see, like, maybe match this, but a little bit shorter, like with the initial design where this was all the way down here. Maybe have it cut off there and then have a one-handed Shoto version. The only thing that became an issue, and this is completely workaroundable, was shipping. I live in the UK, so the shipping was around $120 US. That was really one of the most expensive parts of the build on my end. I don't know how much the customizations cost. I'm going to, you know what, I'm gonna ask him, and I'm gonna pop the price of the customizations here. Hello, customizations. That's a number. Hi, number. Wow, what a number. I didn't have to pay that though because he wanted me to review this. So this is a sponsored video technically, but I am trying my best to give an honest review. I actually just can't find anything really wrong with this. This is solid. Tim does good work. If you've seen his other work, you know I'm not bullshitting you here. It's like this is like he knows his stuff, and that's why I was very, very excited when he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to make you one, and you don't have to pay for the customizations." I'm like, okay, I'd have to be stupid to turn that down. I was going to be buying an LDT anyways. I had a shopping cart full of all the parts I wanted to get. We just had to change a couple pieces out because he wanted to do like all this like sorcery. This is this is basically one of a kind. Even though it's using VHC parts, there's not another hilt like this out there right now. Honestly, this is full leather grip. I've always wanted one that had a full leather grip. I think it was like when Darth Alice did one, and he had all the buttons hidden under the leather. I thought that was pretty cool, but I'm like, but what happens if, I don't know, it just sounds like the leather's going to get worn out if you keep pressing on it. And like, especially with buttons and like, I think he was using tactile switches. Like, eventually that's going to wear and you're going to see where the buttons is. So this, I think, is a better alternative where it's cut out. And then the shroud helps hold everything in place. Everything is very sleek, very comfortable. Honestly, this thing is gorgeous. I would buy again if I had bought in the first place, right? But yeah, Tim was very good about keeping me in the loop. He sent me a bunch of progress photos, which here's some progress photos. So this was the initial one, how it arrived from Vire. Here's the one where he had started putting the construction together. Here's the one where he did the shaved sides. Here's the one where he had the shroud initially cut. The leather began. Things like that. Like he walked me through the process, and then at a certain point he just cut me off. He said, okay, I'm not going to show you any more photos because I don't want the review to be spoiled for you. I want, when it goes into your hand, to be the first time that you see it completed, which is as you should. Like, if I'm going to see something that's one of a kind, like, well, when I got my Vire Knight, it didn't matter that I saw the photos online because it's a Vire Knight. It's about as basic as it gets. Lovely hilts. Very, very basic. I should review it one day. I think there's things about it that some people don't know, so I'm going to go into that. But yeah, I adore this thing. It feels right. It feels me. He did just a bang up job on it. I think he's learned a lot about making hilts in the process. I've learned a lot about the types of things that I like, and I don't know if I could ever go back from these shaved sides. These, like, except when I'm doing my pike, because I only have my Saber Forge to do pikes with. So, that'll be, for now, who knows? Maybe I'll hit up Tim and see, I need you to make me a pike. The shipping on that could be insane, though. Yeah, honestly, that's it. I might follow this up in a bit with something else. I want to do some work on the blade profiles. I want to get a bunch of new fonts on here. I saw there's a place called Grayscale Fonts. He has like this whole section that's just free smooth swing fonts. Why isn't anybody talking about this? I paid money for my smooth swing fonts. And then there's this guy just being like, okay, cool, here's a bunch of free fonts. So we're going to get on that as soon as possible. So thank you all for watching this. This is the Winterthorn by Corvus Saber Foundry. A work of art perfectly made for exactly what I need. And I'm very, very, very impressed with it. Like, honestly, there was like as I said, a couple things that I had to do myself just because he wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it, like refixing the leather, and then this thing with the shroud. But other than that, this thing's amazing. 1, 2, 3. It's like,
You have too much of your father's heart in you.
come on, you can do it. There we go. So this has been my review. I'm hoping it's not too long. This clip's already at half hour. I know this is probably a long review. But check him out. On Facebook, you'll find the link to his page up above. YouTube down below. Reddit down below. Somewhere, wherever you're seeing this, I will try to put a link to the best of my abilities. He's on Facebook. I'm sure if people have seen his work, he did like this beautiful Horde lightsaber. I don't remember the character's first name. It's like the Sith duelist, the best duelist of his time. He made one with LGT parts that was reminiscent of his. He did this gorgeous curved hilt, which had this like hook for the finger. Very, very pretty. And I'm sure he's gonna be doing a lot more work. He showed me a couple of his other pieces on the side. I'm not sure if he's put those online, so I'm not going to talk about them. But he's done a bunch of other ones. And I'm sure he's going to be doing more. Because seriously, if you're looking for a custom hilt, I need you to like that. It's not going to break the bank because it's VHC parts. It's not like you're going to a custom saber shop and you do all the research for that. That's the one thing that turned me off in the custom saber shop. Is just like, I don't have time to sit around here and doing research about bit sizes. I'm like, just make me a hilt. He knows his stuff. Like this, like he knows his stuff. He knows the VHC catalog very, very well, and of course he's able to modify whatever he needs to the way he needs it. Like he has like his lathe to do this. He cut this, and then like the edges on this, they're so lovely and rounded. There's no sharp edges. I was worried about that because it's like if you're just cutting it, but he cut it and then like went and rounded the edges just slightly. So they're just so comfortable. Like that was one thing I like thought about afterwards. Like, my God, is it gonna be sharp? Like it's a little bit pointy here, but like it is actually like you can feel that it's been rounded. The hammered texture feels amazing. The leather is so nice and warm and like comfy. The everything. This thing's perfect. It's perfect. Like if I was a Jedi in the fictional universe and I had to make a lightsaber, it would probably be like this. And sometimes I wake up and I see it. I have it like up against a wall, charging, and I'll see it and I'll be like, wow, I can't believe this is actually mine. So very impressed. It's perfect. Can't rave enough about it. We're almost hitting about the half-hour mark on this segment, so I'm gonna cut it off. So thank you for watching. This is the Winterthorn, which is Corvus Saber Foundry number 3. My custom hilt made by Corvus Saber Foundry for a review. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them where you can, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Feel free to check out his Facebook page because he has other interesting stuff up there. And if you're looking to get a hilt, try him out. I'm sure I'm certain that you won't regret it. I didn't. I was worried at the beginning because it's a lot of money, like because I had to buy all the parts, and I'm like, I could just have it shipped to me, and it was like I was worried, but it was just jitters, and it has paid off 1,000-fold. Yeah. Paid off very, very well. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and may the Force continue to guide you. Yeah.